This is Chris the Nightmare Ariola, and you're watching Mission Boxing Today on YouTube.
Heavyweight boxing fans, what's the deal? So I'm on BoxingScene.com right now, and I will leave this article in the description box. Like always, you can click on it, read it, and come to your own surmise, all right? But this article says, Parker ready for Anthony Joshua November 26th if fight is offered. Let me just go ahead and read what the trainer of Joseph Parker, Kevin Berry, had to say. Then I'm going to go ahead and chop it up with you guys, okay? Berry goes on to say, we don't dwell on it too much, but we are well aware that until they sign the Pulev fight, they may turn around and call Joe for the mandatory. This is out of our hands. This is something we don't have any control over because we are the mandatory challenger. If they call the mandatory, we must take it. There's no way we can say, no, we aren't going to fight you until next year. We don't have that right. At the moment, we are planning to be on the undercard, so it's not like we're moving the base forward. We are prepared for that date, November 26th, though acknowledging that the stakes would rise considerably. All right. He goes on to say, it's the biggest team of our sparring partners we've ever had, and Joe has systematically broken them down. And he's talking about Joe being in there with guys that are 6'7", 6'8", 6'9", in his preparation for the Dimitrenko fight. He's been fighting some big, tall guys. I actually did a video about a week ago. He was in there with a guy, I believe, from Romania, if I'm not mistaken. That he was fighting. Guy was, you know, had Joe by about 3 inches. I really couldn't confirm who that guy was. But there were some speculations, but I couldn't confirm exactly who that guy was. But I hear he's been fighting some big guys, getting ready for Dimitrenko and for the rest of the division. Anthony Joshua, Tyson Fury, Deontay Wilder. Guys that are, you know, 6'6", 6'7", 6'9". All right. He also goes on to say, Joe has been doing that very well, Berry said, of his fighter who is unbeaten, 20 pro bouts with 17 knockouts. He's got 93 rounds of sparring these days under his belt. There are a lot of things to feel very good about, very confident about. All right, now they're talking about his head movement and defense. Berry goes on to say, before we have been relying on hand speed and power. Now against bigger and stronger fighters, it's very important to have head movement, and Joe is better than ever with that. I believe his defensive patterns have really improved also. And a lot of fans, you know, when I put up clips of Parker hitting the bag or hitting the mitts, yes, the power, the speed, the explosion is there, but you want to see that head movement, man. You want to see some head movement. And a lot of fans have been talking about Joseph Parker and just his defense, him moving his head. All right. Berry also goes on to say, Joe's application to his training, his seriousness, everything like that, it's spot on. He understands we can't afford to get anything wrong. All of these fights are like our title shot now if we lose. If we lose the mandatory, Dimitrenko will be hugely motivated by that. All right. Then he finishes up by saying, we have been tossing around the idea of fighting David Price for a while now. Okay, so pretty much what I'm getting for this is November 26th is still a fight day for them. Whether it's Anthony Joshua, whether it's David Price, whether it's Dillian White, whether it's whoever you want to fill in the blank with. They're looking forward to fighting November 26th, so they're going to stay motivated, stay prepared. But they got to get past Dimitrenko October 1st. It's not a gimme fight. You're in there with somebody that has experience, that has a winning record, that's used to winning, that's coming to win. He's been in there with Pulev himself. You know, so he's fought some high-level competition. He's going to be motivated. He's bigger. He's stronger, or at least he's bigger and he weighs more. You really can't tell who's stronger of the two, but he's the taller fighter by 3 or 4 inches, and he's going to outweigh Joe. So he has to get past Dimitrenko first. Now, with Stiverne, I don't think he's going to get the shot. You know, I know he's one of the guys that they've been talking about for Joshua November 26th, but he's getting ready to fight Povetkin. Stiverne made it clear on his social media. I forgot if it was his Twitter or Instagram, but he put up a post saying that him and Povetkin was official for the WBC interim title. I know September 17th, which would have been yesterday, and maybe I need to do some research on this, but I know they had to come to an agreement, Povetkin and Stiverne. And if they didn't, they're going to go to a purse bid, which I'm sure Ryabinski will win. And they said they want the fight here in the U.S. There's a strong possibility that they can have the fight here in the U.S. And Ryabinski said that, you know, because they're looking towards the Deontay Wilder fight, you know. So I'm thinking Stiverne's going to roll with that Povetkin fight. And Pulev, I've been hearing rumor that he may think twice about fighting Joshua. I think he should fight him, but right now he has that second mandatory position, meaning Parker's the mandatory. He fights Joshua. The winner out of that, the next mandatory for the winner will be Pulev. He earned that right. He beat Chisora, and he won that EBU title, and the EBU ordered Pulev to fight Marius Wach. Wach, in my opinion, I thought he lost his last fight, man, to be honest with you, to Marcelo Nascimento. I thought Nascimento won that fight. You know, it's on YouTube. You guys should check it out. Tell me what you think about it. But I thought Nascimento edged that fight, man. But Pulev versus Joshua will be a great fight. And then you can have Parker versus Price. And then I know they wanted Dillian Whyte versus Chisora. They wanted a triple header that night in Manchester on November 26th. Dillian Whyte is getting ready to fight Ian Lewison on October 7th, and they're going to be fighting for that vacant British heavyweight title. So October 7th, I'm sorry, October 7th, he will be fighting Lewison for the British heavyweight title in the 12-rounder. So, you know, I'm not sure if he will, you know, be able to make that date for November 26th. We have to see what happens in the Lewison fight, you know what I mean? And then he can have a quick turnaround and fight November 26th. They're talking about Chisora. I'm not sure at this moment what Chisora plans are. I know he just got done fighting, who did he just fight? Like a week ago, he fought Drazen Janjanin, and he had a second round KO victory. He came in out of shape in that fight. Chisora came in at 262. You know what I mean? His fight that he had in May, I believe it was May when he fought Kirbet Pulev, he was close to 240. You know what I mean? So he just threw on, he just tacked on. He just tacked on an extra 22 pounds. And that Pulev fight was close. Pulev won a split decision. There are some fans that thought Chisora should have got the victory. I thought Pulev pulled it out. But it's funny with Chisora, man. When he's not motivated, he just comes in grossly out of shape, man. The Jacob Gospic fight, I think he came in close to 260 in that fight, too. Marcelo Nascimento was another fight that he came in, I know, close to 260. I don't have it in front of me, but I just know when Chisora is not motivated and he's not in there with a name type of opponent, he'll come in close to 260. If it's a guy that he could possibly lose if he's not on his P's and Q's, then he'll come in at close to 240. It's just how Chisora rolls, man. So I would like to see him and Dillian Whyte fight. But, you know, it's going to be some quick turnarounds, man, for Joseph Parker. And let's say Dillian Whyte does choose to fight on the Joshua undercard. I mean, we're talking November 26th. We're talking the next month. You know, albeit it is the ending of the next month, but it is the next month, man. So it's going to be a quick turnaround. I've seen it before. It won't be the first time. But I just wanted to do this video, man, just to put it out there that Parker and his team, November 26th is the day they're looking to fight. No matter who it is, they're preparing for either it's Joshua or it's Price or whoever they put in front of him that night. He will be ready to fight November 26th, but he has to get past October 1st. This is not a gimme fight against Dimitrenko. Obviously, you know, you don't want him to sustain any types of cuts or breaks or tears and muscles or bones, anything like that, any type of hand injuries or knee injuries or, you know, anything about the eye, any type of, you know, messing up his orbital bone or anything. We don't want no injuries. You know what I mean? So if he's injury free, he will fight November 26th, man. I'm looking forward to it. For me as a fan, I would love a triple header. Now, don't get me wrong. I would love to see Joshua versus Pulev, Parker versus Price, and Dillian Whyte versus Chisora on the undercard. I would love that as a triple hitter. But as a fan that wants to see this division hurry up, and I want to see Undisputed Champion, man. So I would like for Joshua to fight his mandatory as soon as possible. You know, it'd be an explosive fight. You guys let me know what you think about this, man. I'm out.